Hey everyone, Alex Watkins here over at eXp Realty, and today I'm going to be going over some pros and cons of moving to Houston, Texas. So one of the pros definitely would have to be the food. Since Houston is a huge melting pot, as you know, it's the fourth largest city in the world. There is so much diversity here, which means there's so much food that you could eat. I mean, you could probably eat at a different restaurant every single week for a whole year and you'd still have other options afterwards. So there's classic American food, there's burgers, tacos. By the way, the Tex-Mex food over here is amazing. Normally we're known for our Tex-Mex and for our barbecue, but I mean, there's just an endless amount of foods that you can eat here and different restaurants that you can go to. So I mean, there's sushi, there's Vietnamese, there's Italian, there's Indian food. I mean, I can go on and on for days about it. So that's definitely one of the biggest things about it. Texas and Houston in general is very prideful of their food, so that would be a big pro. Okay, so that's gonna bring me to my next point, entertainment. So there's so many different things that you can do in Houston. If you like art, if you like sports, if you like science, there's different things that you can do. So as far as sports goes, we have the Houston Astros for baseball, we've got the Houston Rockets for basketball, we've got the Houston Texans for football. So you can go and find a game at any point in time, anywhere at a bar. Houston is very passionate about their sports. Another thing that you can do is there's definitely things downtown that you can go and do. There's museums for art and science. There are comedy clubs downtown as well. And also a good thing about being in Houston is there are two beaches that you're close to. You have Texas City Dykes and you also have Galveston. Okay, so the next thing that I have as a pro would definitely be the cost of living. So the cost of living in Texas is much lower than other states. One major thing would definitely be a no state income tax. That is huge, okay? Another thing about the cost of living would definitely be the fact that the houses in Houston are much less expensive than a lot of other places, especially like Austin and Dallas. And then also the energy prices are competitive because there's fewer regulations in other states. All right, so now we're gonna start with the cons. Don't ever like to talk about the cons, but at the end of the day, we gotta do them. Completely unbiased. So number one con I would say would definitely have to be the weather, okay? So the people that live here know that the weather is extremely bipolar. So typically we get what feels like 10 months of summer, but a lot of times during the winter, I say winter because we don't really get a lot of winter down here. During the winter, you can wake up in the morning, it can be 40, 50 degrees, you dress up to be cold, and then you leave out for work, go do what you're doing, and then probably around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's back up to 75, 80 degrees, and you're burning hot. So the weather definitely can be an issue. It's super, super humid here in Houston. So if you're not a big fan of the heat, this is probably not the place for you. It definitely gets very, very hot. Typically, a lot of times it'll be anywhere from 75 to 100 degrees, sometimes a little bit higher in the summer. So the summers definitely can be very, very brutal. So temperature, heat, very bad things here. It's very humid, very hot. All right, next, I would definitely have to say, everybody knows there's two things that you cannot escape: death, taxes, and in Houston, I'm gonna go ahead and go with traffic. You are not going to escape the traffic here. It seems like any little thing causes traffic. If somebody tries to cut someone off, there's an accident. If someone gets a flat tire, there's just always traffic here. Because we have so many major highways here, it's definitely hard to escape it. You can do things like take the back roads, and you can try to kind of just weave your way around it, try to leave at specific times during the day. But when you're coming back from work, when you're going to work, it is nuts. And there's just so many people here that it can just be very, very hard to avoid the traffic. So definitely, if you are someone that hates to be in traffic, this again is probably not going to be a good move for you because we have lots and lots of that here. Okay, and the last con that I have is the freaking mosquitoes. I feel like it's always mosquito season in Houston. So typically it can last from March to October. There's lots and lots of mosquitoes here. Anytime that I go outside, I always have to spray on bug spray or do the bug wipes or whatever it is. So if you hate mosquitoes, if you hate bugs, probably again not the place for you. There are lots and lots of mosquitoes here. I'm not joking. Like, you will literally see them all over you all the time. All right, so to recap, for the pros we have food, cost of living, entertainment. For the cons we have traffic, heat, and mosquitoes. Guys, I appreciate you watching. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.